The discussion surrounding the anticipated boxing match between Terence Crawford and Saul Canelo Alvarez has generated intense debate among analysts, fans, and former fighters, with each offering distinct perspectives on what could be one of the most significant fights in recent boxing history. The matchup pits Crawford, a highly skilled and versatile fighter moving up 2 weight classes, against Canelo, a seasoned champion known for his durability and power at 168 pounds. Various experts, including ESPN analysts Dan Rafael and Stephen A. Smith, as well as Teddy Atlas, Al Bernstein, Gareth A. Davis, Ari Spears, and Sean Porter, have weighed in on the fight, analyzing the strengths, weaknesses, and intangibles each fighter brings to the ring. The central question is whether Crawford's technical brilliance, adaptability, and speed can overcome Canelo's experience, strength, and legendary chin. Below is a detailed exploration of their arguments, insights, and predictions for this monumental clash set for September 13, 2025. Dan Rafael begins by acknowledging Canelo Alvarez's historically durable chin, describing it as one of the greatest in boxing history. He recounts an early fight in Canelo's career when he faced Jose Miguel Cotto, the older brother of Miguel Cotto, on an HBO pay-per-view undercard. Rafael recalls that Canelo, then a young fighter with significant hype after signing with Golden Boy Promotions, was nearly knocked out in the first round by Cotto. The media, including Rafael, was stunned, questioning whether Canelo's reputation was overblown and whether he could withstand powerful punches. However, Rafael notes that since that fight, which occurred approximately 16 or 17 years ago, Canelo has not been visibly rocked or hurt in the ring, even when facing some of the sport's hardest punchers. This durability poses a significant challenge for Terence Crawford, who is moving up from the welterweight, junior welterweight, and lightweight divisions to challenge Canelo at super middleweight 168 pounds. Rafael questions whether Crawford, despite being a slick boxer and a capable puncher in lower weight classes, can generate enough power to hurt Canelo. He points to Crawford's most recent fight at 154 pounds against Israil Madrimov, where Crawford won a world title but did not dominate convincingly. Rafael suggests that if Crawford struggled to overwhelm Madrimov, a tough but less formidable opponent than Canelo, it's difficult to see him significantly damaging Alvarez, whom he describes as the sturdiest guy in the world at 168. Rafael also contrasts Crawford's approach with that of Jermall Charlo, who faced Canelo but seemed to lack the competitive fire to truly engage, implying that Crawford's determination and effort will at least make the fight more competitive. Stephen A. Smith, speaking with unwavering confidence, firmly backs Terence Crawford to defeat Canelo Alvarez by decision. He argues that Crawford's technical prowess, particularly his ability to box and move effectively, will allow him to outpoint Canelo over the course of the fight. Smith acknowledges Canelo's greatness, including his physical attributes like his neck as wide as Broadway, but critiques his reliance on power shots, which he believes will be ineffective against Crawford's elusive style. Smith emphasizes Crawford's ability to switch seamlessly between orthodox and southpaw stances, using his jab and movement to frustrate Canelo. He references the opinion of Gervonta Davis's trainer, who suggested that Crawford could find himself in trouble if he engages directly with Canelo, given Alvarez's natural size advantage and experience at higher weights. However, Smith counters this by highlighting Crawford's superior speed and boxing intelligence, which he believes will allow him to outmaneuver Canelo. While Smith concedes that Crawford is unlikely to knock out Canelo, given Alvarez's renowned durability, he is confident that Crawford's skill set will lead to a clear victory on points. Smith's enthusiasm for Crawford stems not only from his technical abilities, but also from his hunger and determination to prove himself in this high-stakes matchup. Teddy Atlas, another prominent voice in boxing, supports Crawford by emphasizing the importance of skill over physical attributes like size or strength. He argues that Crawford's precision, timing, and adaptability are qualities that transcend weight classes. Atlas acknowledges Canelo's impressive resume and physical advantages, but suggests that he may be slightly overrated due to his reliance on power and pressure. In contrast, Atlas views Crawford as a special fighter whose intangible qualities, such as his desire, mental toughness, and background, set him apart. He recognizes the challenge Crawford faces in moving up to 168 pounds, but believes that his technical mastery can neutralize Canelo's physical advantages. Atlas's analysis focuses on the idea that boxing is a sport where skill can triumph over brute strength, and he sees Crawford as the embodiment of this principle. Al Bernstein adds another layer to the discussion by highlighting Crawford's unpredictability as a key factor in the matchup. He explains that Crawford does not adhere to a predictable fighting style, constantly adapting his approach mid-fight to keep opponents off balance. Bernstein notes that Crawford's ability to switch between orthodox and southpaw stances creates significant challenges for opponents, particularly someone like Canelo, who thrives on timing and counterpunching. Canelo's style, Bernstein observes, is more consistent and straightforward, relying on his ability to wait for opponents to make mistakes and then capitalize with powerful counters. Against Crawford's versatile and dynamic approach, Bernstein believes Canelo may struggle to anticipate attacks, leaving him vulnerable to combinations he doesn't see coming. This unpredictability, combined with Crawford's sharp timing, could disrupt Canelo's rhythm and make it difficult for him to execute his game plan effectively. Gareth A. Davis focuses on Crawford's extensive experience and ring intelligence, which he believes give him a unique edge in this fight. Davis points out that Crawford has been a professional fighter for over 15 years, during which he has faced a wide range of opponents, including power punchers, slick boxers, and durable veterans. This longevity has honed Crawford's instincts, allowing him to remain calm under pressure and adapt to any situation. Davis highlights Crawford's ability to switch stances and create angles, describing him as sensational in both orthodox and southpaw positions. He also praises Crawford's ability to close fights decisively when he senses an opportunity, noting his spiteful finishing instinct when he has an opponent hurt. Davis draws comparisons between Crawford and legendary boxers like Floyd, Mayweather, and Pernell Whitaker, who were known for their ability to win fights efficiently without taking unnecessary risks. While Davis acknowledges that Crawford may not hurt Canelo significantly, he believes that his timing and movement could frustrate Alvarez, particularly as Canelo has shown signs of slowing down in recent fights. Davis also references Crawford's fight against Shawn Porter, where Crawford, informed that he was behind on the scorecards, shifted gears and stopped Porter in the next round. This adaptability and ability to perform under pressure, Davis argues, make Crawford a formidable opponent for Canelo. An unnamed analyst further emphasizes Crawford's confidence, drawing from stories of his dominance in sparring sessions and training camps. These accounts suggest that Crawford's brilliance extends beyond official bouts, as he consistently impresses trainers and fighters with his preparation and skill. This confidence, rooted in years of consistent excellence, gives Crawford a mental edge that could prove crucial in the ring. The analyst notes that Crawford's self-assurance allows him to approach the fight with the belief that he can outthink and outperform Canelo, regardless of the size disparity. Comedian and boxing enthusiast Ari Spears offers a historical perspective, pointing to a pattern in boxing history where American fighters known for speed and skill have often defeated top Mexican champions. He cites examples like Oscar De La Hoya losing to Floyd Mayweather, Shane Mosley, and Bernard Hopkins, as well as Roberto Duran's losses to Sugar Ray Leonard and Tommy Hearns. Spears argues that Crawford's technical abilities, combined with what he calls the nitro switch of speed and agility, give him an edge in this matchup. While he acknowledges Canelo's status as a complete fighter with a strong resume, Spears believes that Crawford's style aligns with the tradition of American boxers who use defense, timing, and adaptability to outmaneuver their opponents. Canelo Alvarez, in his own comments, exudes confidence and dismisses the need for external validation. He asserts that he already considers himself the best, regardless of what others say. For Canelo, this fight is not about proving his greatness, but about continuing to do what he loves. He acknowledges Crawford's accomplishments and recognizes the significance of a Mexican-American matchup, which historically draws significant attention. However, Canelo's self-belief contrasts with Crawford's hunger to cement his legacy with a defining win. Canelo's comments suggest that he views himself as already established at the top of the sport, while Crawford sees this fight as his mega fight and a chance to prove himself against one of the greatest fighters of the era. Sean Porter, a former opponent of Crawford, speaks with conviction about Crawford's chances, emphasizing his preparation and mindset. Porter believes that Crawford has developed a tailored game plan to exploit Canelo's style, relying on his speed, timing, and discipline. He envisions a performance so dominant that it could redefine expectations in boxing, establishing Crawford as one of the sport's all-time greats. Porter's confidence in Crawford is rooted in his first-hand experience facing him, which gives his perspective added weight. Showtime, a respected boxing analyst, provides a balanced view of the matchup. He highlights Canelo's physical strength, particularly his ability to lift opponents like David Benavidez with ease, a testament to his rigorous training and neck exercises. Showtime also acknowledges Crawford's strength, noting that his wrestling background gives him exceptional balance and leverage. However, he emphasizes that Canelo's experience at 168 pounds and his ability to apply pressure and set traps make him a formidable opponent. Showtime's analysis underscores the contrast between Canelo's brute force and Crawford's technical finesse, setting the stage for a fascinating clash of styles. The fight is widely regarded as the toughest test of Terence Crawford's career, not only because of the weight jump, but also due to Canelo's status as a top-tier opponent. For Canelo, a loss to a smaller fighter like Crawford could significantly damage his legacy, as history tends to judge such upsets harshly. Conversely, a victory for Crawford would solidify his place among boxing's elite, proving that skill and adaptability can overcome physical advantages. As the fight approaches, the anticipation continues to build, with analysts and fans eagerly awaiting a showdown that could determine the greatest fighter of this era.